Wait till I'm interviewing Brad Mcleheny from the Charleston Gazette-Mail to learn about his occupation as a co-editor as part of my first-year seminar project at Marshall University.
Well, the co-editor of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, but up until July, my most recent position was editor and publisher of the Charleston Daily Mail, which was one of two newspapers in Charleston. Those newspapers already had a cooperative working relationship, and in July, what I'm referring to is they combined into one newspaper, the Charleston Gazette-Mail. Wow. Well, I was a Marshall student and immediately declared my major to be journalism. I had good experiences with my high school newspaper, which was the Continental Clarion of Rutherford South High School. I had a good relationship with my journalism teachers in high school, and that carried over into my experience at Marshall. What I enjoy about journalism is the chance to observe and make a difference in a community, and I like working with other smart people and being read, participating in the community conversation, and I like that every day is something different. These days, it's hard to say because journalism is happening on so many different platforms. There are plenty of people who still like the newspaper. There are others who, go to Facebook or Twitter, and things that their friends share become what they read. Some come straight to our website or to our app, and those are all related, but there are different ways of communicating for each of those. So I would say a critical mind and flexibility are key mindsets for journalism students. A good broad-based education, a liberal arts degree like the one offered at Marshall, kind of gets you familiar with different topics and ways of thinking. Every day is different, which is what I said before that I like about it. I had a boss, one before me, who said she was an editor too. She said, well, people ask me what I do all day. And I say, I go to work, I get interrupted all day, and I go home. And that's kind of the case for me. By interrupted, I don't mean that I'm frustrated by it. It just means that as an editor, I'm there to provide guidance and support and make decisions about the news or approaches or the way people's time is spent. Yeah, I'm a manager.
What do you like about your job?
Wow, given the day, I like almost everything about it. I do like the smart people I work with. I like playing a crucial role in our community. I like being able to dive into interesting things to cover. I don't like it when we make mistakes. Modern journalism is a challenge because newspapers used to have 1 or 2 print cycles, and that was your deadline. If you were TV, you were gearing up to the 6 p.m. or the 11 p.m. newscast. The fact that there is a news dissemination device in almost everybody's pocket these days means that it just never stops. We have our print deadline in the evening, but our main web traffic is 8 or 9 in the morning. So if you're watching both audiences, it's an all-day, everyday experience. I would. We are blessed and cursed that this moment is a time of great change, and we are reaching, in different formats, more people than ever before, I think. But the economics of news are changing, and in our case, the newspaper remains very important, but the web is of increasing importance, which means that it's a bit of a stressful time to be in this career also. Not for the faint of heart. Oh, I'm not sure I'm so good at it. I have a wife and 2 kids. We actually moved within our town to be closer to everybody's work and school so that we're not driving so much. That helps. But I have a laptop, and sometimes when I am at home or at the kids' activities, I'll pull out the laptop and guess what? I'll do some work. um, there's a lot going on in West Virginia also. It's a time of great economic change. Politically, it's a time of change, I think. Um, there's less and less population than when you are looking for eyeballs to see the media that you've produced. Our industry could use more people rather than fewer, for sure. But I think it's important that we're there and that we do a good job as West Virginia makes decisions collectively affecting the future. I was lucky to have good mentors and have been throughout my student time and my career. I had really top-notch professors here at Marshall. You'll probably hear of Ralph Turner and George Arnold, who I see on the wall of fame over there. But those guys and some other folks like Dwight Jensen and Wayne Davis, some other people who only geezers like me might specifically recall, were good mentors. And then throughout my time as a young reporter and as a young editor, Anya Friend and Bob Kelly of the Charleston Daily Mail were particularly good mentors for me.
So you say the people pretty much helped you out a lot.
Yeah, and that's one reason why I'm here today is to talk to students and at least one day of appearing here, try to provide some advice and some insight. Well, it's all collaborative, so it's it's not a dictatorship, and I'm not in charge of the dictatorship. So we all have to work together, and various priorities are at play. There are always moving parts with the newspaper in terms of who's covering what and where somebody has to be and what is the deadline. So working with others is the biggest challenge and the biggest benefit, I think.
Because you get all the different personalities in there, and it's just trying to figure out how they work. And
there's a lot going on, and it's group decision making. Oh, the daily newspaper is a reward in itself, and you have a physical product that you can look at and say, oh, we did really well on this, or we wish we'd done it better. And you see people actually reading in whatever format. Maybe you pass them on the street and they're reading the newspaper, or they're responding these days to your tweets or whatever. But more than that, it's been the people I've worked with. Just smart and fun, and just good to be around.
Is there a sense of reward when you see someone reading the newspaper?
Yeah, I talk about this a lot, and I do sound like a geezer, but it used to be you'd only see somebody reading your article if you went out at lunch and you happened to spot somebody reading. These days we have people can tweet at us or comment on stories that go through Facebook. Well, what they say is there's always another paper, so if you've unless there isn't, but if you'd wished you'd done better one day, you can always try again the next day. So it's making a difference, making an impact, being part of the community conversation. But we do that incrementally through each day's web product and each day's newspaper. Sort of the dripping water effect on changing our community, or giving our community the tools that it needs to make decisions.
Made in Cyberlink Power Director, music is Glamour Paradise, a soundtrack for iMovie by LA Riot Productions, filmed on location in Smith Hall SOJMC Library.